Claudia Lawrence, a name etched in the annals of unsolved mysteries. She was a vibrant woman, full of life, a fixture in her community. Claudia was a chef at the University of York, where she loved her job, loved to cook, and cherished the people she worked with. Claudia was a creature of habit, with a routine she stuck to, making her reliable, dependable, and always there for her friends and family. She was a loving daughter, a caring sister, a loyal friend. Claudia was last seen on March 18, 2009, at the age of 35. She vanished without a trace, leaving behind a void in the lives of those who loved her, and a mystery that has baffled investigators for over a decade. March 18, 2009, a seemingly ordinary day. Claudia finished her shift at work, spoke to her mother on the phone, and everything seemed normal. But then, the unthinkable happened. Claudia vanished. She didn't show up for work the next day. Her phone went straight to voicemail. Her friends and family knew something was terribly wrong. They reported her missing. The police launched an investigation, but it was too late. Claudia was gone. The initial investigation was met with dead ends. There were no signs of a struggle, no forced entry at her home, no witnesses, no leads. It was as if she had vanished into thin air. The mystery deepened, the police were baffled, and her loved ones were devastated. Where was Claudia? The police started by retracing Claudia's steps. They examined her home, her workplace, and interviewed her friends, family, and colleagues. They scoured her phone records, her bank statements, her internet history, looking for any clue, any indication of where she might have gone or what might have happened to her. The investigation was thorough, but also frustrating. There was a lack of evidence, no witnesses, no CCTV footage. It was as if Claudia had disappeared without a trace. Days turned into weeks, weeks into months. The case grew cold, the leads dried up, and the police were no closer to finding Claudia. The mystery deepened, and the lack of answers was agonizing for her loved ones, left to grapple with their grief and the uncertainty of what had happened to Claudia. Despite the lack of progress, the police refused to give up. They conducted numerous searches, interviewed hundreds of people, and followed up on every lead, no matter how small. They were determined to find Claudia and bring closure to her loved ones. The media attention surrounding the case was intense. Claudia's face was plastered on newspapers and television screens across the country. The public was captivated by the mystery and eager for answers. The police appealed for information, urging anyone with even the smallest piece of information to come forward. They hoped that someone, somewhere, knew something that could help them find Claudia. But the breakthrough they were hoping for never came. The investigation remained stalled, and the mystery of Claudia Lawrence remained unsolved. In the absence of concrete evidence, theories and speculation ran rampant. Some people believed that Claudia had left voluntarily, perhaps having grown tired of her life and decided to start anew. Others suspected foul play, pointing to the lack of contact from Claudia and the fact that she had left behind all her belongings. One theory that gained traction was that Claudia had been the victim of a random attack. She was last seen walking home from work, a route that took her through a secluded area. Could she have been targeted by an opportunistic predator? Another theory suggested that Claudia's disappearance might be linked to her personal life. Did she have any secrets? Any enemies? Was there something in her past that she was running from? The police investigated every possibility, but none of the theories panned out. They were left with more questions than answers. As the years passed, the investigation into Claudia's disappearance continued to hit dead ends. The police had exhausted all their leads. They had interviewed countless people and conducted extensive searches, but they were no closer to finding Claudia. The lack of progress was frustrating for everyone involved. The police were determined to solve the case, but they were running out of options. Claudia's loved ones were left to cope with the agonizing uncertainty, knowing that the chances of finding her alive were dwindling with each passing day. The case had a profound impact on the community, shattering their sense of security and making them question everything they thought they knew about their quiet town. How could someone just vanish without a trace? It was a question that haunted them all. Despite the lack of answers, the police refused to give up hope. They knew that even the coldest of cases could be solved with a single breakthrough. They continued to appeal for information, urging anyone with even the smallest detail to come forward. The disappearance of Claudia Lawrence had a profound impact on the city of York. It was a stark reminder that even in a place as seemingly safe as York, bad things could happen. The community was left reeling, struggling to come to terms with the idea that one of their own had vanished without a trace. The people of York rallied around Claudia's family, organizing searches, putting up posters, holding vigils. They refused to let her memory fade, showing her family that they were not alone, that they were all in this together. But as the years passed, the sense of hope began to dwindle. The leads dried up, the investigation stalled, and the community was left in limbo, caught between hope and despair. They wanted to believe that Claudia would one day be found, but as time went on, it became harder and harder to cling to that belief. The disappearance of Claudia Lawrence left an indelible mark on the city of York, a reminder that even in the safest of places, darkness can lurk, and that sometimes even the most baffling of mysteries remain unsolved. More than a decade has passed since Claudia Lawrence vanished. The case remains unsolved. The questions surrounding her disappearance remain unanswered. What happened to Claudia? Where did she go? Who, if anyone, was responsible for her disappearance? The lack of answers is a heavy burden for Claudia's loved ones to bear. They have been living in a constant state of uncertainty, haunted by the unknown. They deserve answers. They deserve closure. The police have not given up on the case. They continue to review the evidence, follow up on any new leads, and are determined to bring Claudia's case to a resolution. But they need the public's help. Someone, somewhere, knows something. No matter how insignificant it may seem, any piece of information could be vital in solving this case. The police are urging anyone with even the smallest detail to come forward. Claudia Lawrence's disappearance is a stark reminder of the human cost of unsolved mysteries. Her loved ones have been left to grieve without answers, to cope with the pain of not knowing what happened to their beloved Claudia. Her case has also highlighted the importance of vigilance and personal safety, serving as a chilling reminder that even in seemingly safe environments, danger can lurk, and that we must all take steps to protect ourselves and our loved ones. Despite the tragedy, Claudia's legacy lives on. Her disappearance has touched the lives of countless people, sparked conversations about personal safety, inspired acts of kindness and compassion, and fueled a determination to seek justice for Claudia and her family. Though the pain of her loss remains, Claudia's memory continues to shine brightly in the hearts of those who loved her. They will never give up hope, never stop fighting for answers, and they will never let her be forgotten. The Claudia Lawrence case remains a mystery, but even in the face of such tragedy, hope endures. Hope that one day the truth will be revealed. Hope that Claudia's loved ones will finally get the answers they so desperately deserve. The police have vowed to never give up on the case. They continue to pursue every lead, no matter how small, determined to bring those responsible to justice and to bring closure to Claudia's family and friends. The public also has a role to play. No piece of information is too insignificant. Even the smallest detail could be the key to unlocking this mystery. Anyone with any information, no matter how insignificant it may seem, is urged to come forward. The search for Claudia Lawrence continues, driven by the unwavering belief that even in the darkest of times, hope can prevail, and that one day, justice will be served.